Ports. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great. Insightful commentary, I know. You may not know this, but I adore the humongous entertainment games. From Spy Fox to Freddy Fish to Putt Putt, these were the games I grew up with as I pointed and clicked on my family's computer until they forced me off. Though I'm clearly out of the age demographic at this point, I still enjoy them today for all of that nostalgia. Now, all of the Humongous Games Junior Adventure series were PC games only, with some having Mac compatibility. Of all these original releases, however, one somehow got a console release, and it's not the game you would expect. Instead of porting the first game in one of these series, we got Pajama Sam 3, You Are What You Eat from Your Head to Your Feet, for the original PlayStation. The Pajama Sam games, in which there are 4, were fun, slightly more complex adventures for slightly older kids, though still very young, that followed a kid with Simpsons logic hair, Sam, as he donned the superhero persona of Pajama Sam to face obstacles like his fear of darkness and bad weather. The third game, however, diverted from this premise a bit. It was time to learn about healthy eating. In Pajama Sam 3, Sam has eaten too many cookies and spoiled his dinner, along with his, body weight. However, the cookies suddenly become sentient, as they do, and trick him into running into the pantry, causing him to fall into a world populated by living, somewhat anthropomorphic food. In a quick summary, Pajama Sam 3 gets surprisingly political for a children's edutainment game, as after Sam escapes from being made a political prisoner for talking about how he needs to eat broccoli and offending the sweets in the process.
It's almost my dinner time and I wouldn't want to spoil it. My mom made all that broccoli?
We're tasked with finding all the delegates from the major food groups so they can hold a summit to barter for peace between each other. It's all extremely silly and makes a lot more sense now that I'm not, 6 years old and didn't know what a delegate actually was.
Oh my lord!
Stupid babies need the most attention.
Now, as I said, these games were built for pointing and clicking on PC, so how does one go about porting the experience to the PlayStation 1? I remember seeing the PS1 copy of Pajama Sam 3 in Toys R Us when I was a little kid, and being extremely enchanted by the idea of ports. It's only now, when I'm trying to be an adult, do I spend money on things that I always wanted as a child. So the short answer about the quality of the port? It's not good. It's not good at all. I mean, the port does function well enough, and the general presentation isn't bad, but the animation is either way too smooth or extremely choppy, making almost every time a character moves, which is often, quite jarring. There's also cuts to black to load between screens, which really isn't that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but still points to the original PC edition. The big sticking point for me is probably the audio.
Maybe one of those beans at the construction site had one. Don't you, Selma?
Dialogue from the crazy cast of characters is very compressed, which was somewhat unexpected to me, seeing as the PS1 was touted for its better audio capabilities with the
interactive CD-ROM!
Their lines are also cut short more often than not, making things feel even more choppy than they already did.
You got that right. Sal, I've organized a peace conference.
Also, let me tell you something. Sprinkles the donut. Terrifying. What's even worse? Low-quality PS1 sprinkles.
Hey, the water is very nice today.
Control-wise, nothing has changed. Humongous's Junior Adventures never had complex controls. It was literally just point and click with some inventory access thrown in. So, on the PS1, you just use the directional pads to move around the screen while pressing X to click. Easy and simple, thank goodness they didn't find a way to mess this up. With the game itself, it's a fun little romp around this weird food world where we settle worker strikes, help hapless balloon salesmen, bad comedians who wouldn't be able to organize a pantry with one item in it, along with helping an egg decide what condiment he wants on his wet french fries. Gross. Also, after returning to this game after so many years, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. I'd like to spotlight this moment specifically, saving Fruit Group delegate Granny Smith. She's stuck in this bouncy, muscly room. Every location is based in some way on the human body to almost grotesque degrees, with a bunch of canned foods that won't stop raving.
Goodness!
So how do we save her? By taking a dancing class, of course. There's these two veggie sisters in a nearby cottage. One teaches manners and etiquette, and the other dancing. We take a lesson on dancing with a coupon we find, so in order to get the cans to calm down, we have to give them the coupon so they can learn some classical dancing, allowing Granny Smith to finally get away. All seems normal, at least as normal as a game with sentient food can be. The head can calls the number, but the dancing instructor says she'll come to him. And, well...
Stand back? What are you... Yo!
I really do love Pajama Sam 3. I mean, I like adventure games and I like food, so perfect combo, no? The solutions you have to find to save the various delegates from their various predicaments are actually fairly creative for a game made for young children. Audio quality aside, the voice acting is stellar all around, with Spinelli herself, Pamela Adlon,
Oh no! Look out! Mama!
returning as Pajama Sam from previous games, along with a wide repertoire of actors that give these crazy characters even more ridiculous, yet fun voices. Except for Sprinkles.
Let's shout.
In the end, while playing Pajama Sam 3 on the PS1 is a fun novelty, it's a less than ideal port. Too many audio glitches and downgrades hold it back from being a solid alternative to the stellar PC release. It ended up being a mere curiosity and nothing more. A slight bummer, and I still am a little disappointed that we never got any other PlayStation ports of humongous games. PS2 ports probably would have been able to handle these games without the compromises needed for the PS1. But, alas. Humongous did recently announce that they're working on console ports of their game library, so maybe we can see some PJ Sam on PS4 now? Maybe even Switch if we all ask really nicely? Maybe just edit out Sprinkles though on the port. I don't think the world could handle her in 4K. Hey guys, thanks for watching. As I said, I really love the Humongous games, and talking about a port that people don't really know about was a ton of fun. If you want to see more Humongous Entertainment content from me, you can check out my video on Spy Fox and Dry Cereal, or you can stop by my Twitch where I played through all 7 putt-putt games in one go, and ooh, well that was a trip. See y'all next time.